Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang starts today for his new club Arsenal after his big money moves. Meanwhile, returning to familiar surroundings is that man Theo Walcott. He starts today in what is Sam Allardyce's 500th.
Honest, it really was, but as soon as I get off that coach and go towards Gunnosaurus and all that things, it's going to hit me. It's probably starting to hit me now, to be honest.
Looks like must win for Arsenal. 8 points off the top 4 they are. A match with storylines everywhere you look. It's Arsenal against Everton.
Record signing Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang and Mesut Ozil's decision to finally sign a new...
Calm before the storm. Alongside Keith Andrews and myself, it is the Bristol City head coach, Lee Johnson. Lee, really appreciate you taking time out speaking to us.
No problem.
Right now before a game, well, what are you normally doing?
To be honest, all the work's done now really. It's just maybe fine-tuning players with tactical detail, but it's mainly feeling the nerves. I think this is a time in the week where it's difficult because you can't affect it anymore. It's up to the boys now as they cross the line, and hopefully they're prepared and we'll go well tonight.
How nervous do you get before a game?
Not too bad. Probably not as bad as when I was playing, but obviously you can make up for it when you're playing because you can settle your nerves with a couple of good passes. But no, it's okay. And like I say, I trust my players. It's a difficult game tonight, very difficult, but my players are in good form, good spirits.
You had a dip in results, if not performances. Not surprisingly, considering the crazy schedule you had with December and January. 14 games in 8 weeks. But how important psychologically was that win against QPR last week, and with 10 men?
I think it was very important. I think it showed our grit and our character.
Points off second or 5 points ahead of 7th? Top 2 or top 6?
I think at the moment we've been conscious to not talk about league position. It's about our performance. We're very much still work in progress. We've got new players that need to come and integrate into the systems and the intricacies of the way we play. And we're working very hard to do that. So I think the confidence is there from the individuals, and then it's about obviously the team performing. You're going to need a bit of luck at times. But I do feel that now I can make strong substitutions off the bench, and if we get 1 or 2 injuries back, we'll just get stronger as the season goes on.
We've seen with Bolton this week having a tough last few days of the transfer window.
The season's standout performers in the Championship, 2 teams that have progressed so far already, but still strides to make if they are to reach their desired destination. Wolves against Sheffield United is live next.
To do something different at home against big opposition. They conceded 6 here against Manchester City, 4 against United, 3 against Liverpool as well. Well, he's on form, isn't he? He's got the moves, he's got the footwork tonight. They have his Hornets. First half comes next.
Players go out there and, they won't worry about them now, just worry about trying to get 3 points.
Well, Chelsea's big rivals have won here handsomely, as we were saying just a couple of minutes ago. Pressure on them tonight to match them. Can Watford get something from this? Have you?
Although he perhaps hasn't hit the standards of last season, still been something of a revelation as a win. Well, they do have it at Vicarage Road.
Raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens, bright copper kettles and when the dog bites, when the bees.
Cannot just build a good side, which is clearly what they've been. Is that Leverkusen cannot just build a good side, which is clearly what they've been doing once again, but they can now. Bremen certainly have the history, 6 times cup winners. 300 kilometres for their supporters. Bremen came down by train yesterday. Bremen certainly have the history, 6 times cup winners. and they've appeared in 10 finals in all in their history. Semi-finalists as recently as 2015-16. Very, very chilly indeed, just around freezing. Bremen have travelled hopefully. The good cup run 2 years ago in the quarter-final stage, almost exactly 2 seasons ago to the day. They won here 3-1 and they came from behind to do it. They can never be written off. Their form so indifferent in recent seasons in the Bundesliga, but in a one-off game I think you'd back them to have a go at anybody, and they did recently against Bayern Munich. Let's remember as well, they've come through 2 very testing ties already in the cup this season against Hoffenheim and Freiburg.
In the last period of the game, big win that for Leverkusen.
Memorable it was indeed, in a sense that they really are building something that could be very special here once more under Heiko Herrlich. We've seen so many talented youngsters do their stuff again tonight here. And it took them a long time, but eventually they've seen off Werder Bremen. My thanks to you, Don. Thanks for everybody watching at home, and we hope very much you've enjoyed it. One of the games of the season, surely. Leverkusen march on in the cup.
We're live at Sinselbank, and before kick-off, Lincoln City will pay tribute and celebrate the life of 11-year-old Frankie Biggs, who has passed away. Frankie, the cousin of Lincoln striker Ollie Palmer. And whilst he loved watching his cousin play in the red and white stripes for Lincoln, he was a Chelsea fan through and through. Off also with his parents Ali and Lee and his brother Alfie. Lincoln City stand and salute Frankie Biggs. City bench tonight as the club pays tribute. The referee is David Webb.
Particular game. Leeds 12, Toronto 34 is the way it's.
But you know, belying we weren't overjoyed with the fantastic performance really.
Was the second half as near to hope for?
Well, it was on 100% completion for pretty much most of the second half, so yeah, it wasn't far off perfect. You know, we felt that they'd set a challenge out, they'd put the strongest pack to start the game.
That I'm sure Cameron Watkins and the rest of the Leeds Rhinos are absolutely relishing and looking forward to. In many ways, of course, it's an away game for both of these sides, Terry. I wonder how it will affect the Leeds Rhinos.
We were going to come out all guns blazing. I thought they were absolutely exceptional.
Well, this is the first game that Leeds have played back in their home city since the passing of a rugby league legend, John Atkinson, just before Christmas. And the Rhinos are using the occasion to pay a special tribute to him tonight. In fact, both of these clubs have lost iconic figures recently. Rovers legend Roger Millward died last year, and he is